Welcome to the Religiously Offensive Podcast.
I need to get my chapstick. I already know how this is going to end. My lips are just going to be dry the whole time.
Solid start here. Oh, well, for those of you tuning in, happy Easter. It was a good Easter, I think. It was actually funny because it was the only day that's rained in the last 3 months, and it was on Easter. You're trying to hide Easter eggs and stuff. It's annoying. Wait, where did you go for Easter? Did you go to your family's?
No, we just went to brunch.
Nice. Of all the days you normally go to weekends you normally go to Lakeland, you didn't.
Well, it's because we went to Lakeland and Sarasota this past weekend, the weekend before.
You know what I get a bit annoyed about? Is it well, I guess I don't really care, but the kids, if I was a kid, I would get annoyed at the fact that they didn't get Good Friday or Monday off.
Oh, yeah.
It sucks.
I think it's just Orange County that does that, right? I think all the other counties had Good Friday off.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they're still trying to make up hurricane days. Or no, actually I looked at the calendar and it didn't even have it off before they modified it. It was stupid. Yeah.
It's also just so outrageous that they require kids to only be allowed to miss X amount of days. And it's
tell me about it.
Bro, if the kid passes the test, why do you care how many days he's here?
Because every day he's not in school, he's stirring up trouble and he's getting mixed in with the wrong crowd. Dude, I mean,
knives on the black market.
Or I've told you that I've gotten letters sent to our house that are basically just oh, your kid's missed this many days. And, and then it tries to educate you on the importance of not being truant and all this stuff. And it's just it makes you basically feel bad, and it makes you feel like a bad parent.
So what are the consequences? If he misses too many days,
I think they have a counselor come to your home. I mean, they probably could get Child Protective Services involved.
Is it just tax related? Because they don't want people paying taxes, and then kids.
Oh, no, that's not it. It's not it. It's about the whole it's basically to prevent some parents that are just strung out on drugs and not keeping track of their kids.
So what is? Because I've thought about this. If I have kids, there's a very strong possibility that I'm just not going to send them to school.
Well, you say that, but
you going to homeschool them?
Well, yeah, figure out a way if I'm going to have kids that we can basically just raise them and teach them how to read, write, and do math. But it's what are you learning?
I'm sure a lot of people would love that.
Sheena was saying that she didn't want to homeschool because she didn't want to do all the work. I was I get that, but then I'm isn't it? I mean, kids used to did Zoom classes. Was that difficult to manage? I mean, because we still have to spend time doing homework with them. So it's why don't they just have
also trash?
Yeah.
Why don't you're here for 8 hours and then no one would have a job where they send you home with homework every night as an adult.
You know what's crazy is I feel like that's playing into our whole culture where it's how our culture, especially here in America, it's always everyone go, go, go. Don't take a break, work overtime, make something of yourself.
Yeah.
And then other cultures, it's a lot we value family
more
than
enjoy life.
Yeah. It's you're required to have so many weeks off a year. It's
4 day work.
Balance is very important, right? And it's just it's almost with homework, we're teaching them that at such a young age where it's just all right, well, you're just never going to not have work to do.
Yeah.
And stuff that you just don't. I mean, there's such a small percentage of kids that actually enjoy school. And it's just so crazy to me that you're only a kid once. And it's I can't think of anything. I was good at school, but I hated it.
Yeah.
There's so few kids I feel that actually enjoy school.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then if you don't, but also what did you enjoy about school? It's making friends and
sports.
You're not going to get that as much at homeschool, being homeschooled.
You know, what's funny is
you would have to have a community.
Most parents.
But you don't nowadays because you have social media and everyone's on there. You're not outside playing.
So this is where it goes back to my grand plan where we got to find 5 to 10 families, get a bunch of land. We all get like a house on the property. And
I feel like
we just like do a little commune thing, you know, nothing too culty.
I'm just saying
It's a great dream to have.
you know,
it's a great dream.
just sacrifice things in the backyard every now and then and it'll be fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's your land. You can do what you want.
Okay.
But what I was saying is I think the pressure that parents put
just crazy
kids,
enough.
like I don't even, it's bad, but I don't even know. I don't know the names of my kids' teachers. I don't know like any of that. And,
Does Christina?
she does one of them. I think. Well, I mean, the thing is, like, I feel like it's fairly common now where a lot of parents don't know, and especially dads. Like, again, you know, whatever. But
You know what grade they're all in?
I could do the math, figure that out. I mean, it's just off the top of my head. It's always changing. Like, okay, in my defense, I forget how old I am.
It's not
all the
always
time.
changing. It changes once a year and it goes up.
So
one
does
for
my
each of them.
so does my age, and I can't remember that. So in my defense, I'm
guess
just
so.
bad at it. But well, there was that Nate Bargatze joke is hilarious, and he's just like he gets a call from the school. It's like, hey, your daughter's sick. We need you to come pick her up. He's like, all right, what's the name of the school?
Can you send the Addy? I need that address, please.
Yeah.
I need the link.
No, what I was saying though is like my parents cared a lot about grades growing up. I don't care. If as long as my kid can regularly interact with other kids her age and like, you know, really get on in life, you know, I feel like she's learning like the things that she needs to know. It's like, I don't care, you know, I mean,
Right.
Lincoln's actually good at school. Like I was good at school. I could cram and do all that, but it's just like, some people care about like, so my dad did several projects for me, you
That's
know?
dope.
Yeah. And I got good grades because he did it. If I would have gotten great on what I actually did, it would have been, but that's because it was so important to them that I got good grades so that I could go to a good college if I wanted, you know, it's so messed up. Like it's just, and I really don't even want my kids going to a traditional college. Like I think it's a waste of time.
And money. Yeah.
Yeah. You can do so much online.
Unless you know what you want to do and it requires.
Doctor,
yeah.
you know, whatever.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's some professions
For
where
sure.
you need it, but
But just imagine if like from a young age, like a kid develops like a propensity or an interest for something. And then it's just like, instead of having him spend all his time learning about a bunch of crap he doesn't care about, it's like, okay, you're interested in how things work. Let's like get kits and build things, do more engineering type stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just like, so it's like the whole, again, even like to go back to like, even like the religion stuff, it's like Jesus's whole model was basically like an apprenticeship type vibe. Like, it's just like, live with me, walk with me, eat with me, learn like everything about how we do it.
yeah.
And it's not like you're going to go sit in a cold, dark room for an hour a day and just get lectured at, you know, it's just,
it's tough because I think that it's when kids are given an option of something that they like really want to do, as opposed to doing that kind of stuff, they'll always take like, so if I was like, Lincoln, I got you this erector set. It's really cool. You can build stuff with it and this and that. And he's just like, well, I have my iPad. I don't want to play that. If they always have an option of doing something else, like, so like school's a great place because they know they can't have any of that stuff there, you know? And then it's like, all right, well, that's sweet. You know, it's at home. It's like, okay, there's always like a TV, like, cause he can't have iPads until the weekends, but it's still like, oh, I don't want to do that.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if like the way that we view cigarettes now versus like 50 years ago, where like they used to literally advertise cigarettes to like pregnant women.
Like your doctor was smoking
it's
a
like,
cigarette while you're getting checked
because
up.
there's money behind it. Big Tobacco was
ads are
paying
hilarious.
lobbyists and everyone to, you know, do that or whatever. If down the road, because I think we can all agree that like too much screen time is absolutely not a good thing, especially for kids.
Right.
Just how addicting it can be. Like, it's gonna be interesting to see if like 30 years down the road, if we look at it in a similar way, where you're just like, well, in moderation, but it's
thing
so
is,
easy
too,
to
I
just
think-
take it over the line.
I think that I don't think there's enough emphasis on like evaluating yourself and who you are and learning and figuring out how you work.
Yeah.
I think we all are figuring that crap out as adults, and it sucks. Cause if I would have like known, like the only personality test I had was like to figure out with my guidance counselor what I wanted to do, you know, like they never give you like okay, well, this is how you learn best. And this is, you know, how the things you could be successful at. And these are the kind of people you need to have around you because you're not good at these things. Like That'd be helpful to know as a kid, right? Like,
well, yeah. I mean, it's just like the public school system is literally a one size fits all solution to like a massive multivariable equation with unique students with different interests and even just learning challenges and stuff like that.
I like the use of the term multivariable. That was nice.
Thank you.
That's nice. So, Justin, since it was Easter just now,
Easters,
you should talk about that little conspiracy that you were just talking about before the pod.
So, yeah, there's a conspiracy because there's a lot of, I don't even know if there's a lot of debate, but a lot of people like don't even think that like the technical day we always say he like, and I need to look a little more into it.
Wasn't it the day that Christ was born was like in April, right?
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's like we celebrate Christmas on December 25th because it was supposed to be Jesus' birthday, but it's like he wasn't born in December.
Why? And I don't know why they decided to choose like that pagan holiday to turn into Christmas.
So that's the theory. That's the conspiracy theory.
Well, everyone knew it was a pagan holiday, right? Like it was for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you're saying you were tying it back to this time frame.
They're all
saying that
connected.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Because evidently, like right around the same time as Easter, like you can like Google and look back and basically it's like the god, I think his name was Ishtar. And I don't know if it's just because Easter and Ishtar are very similar, if that's where they kind of draw some of the correlations. But this was like a pagan tradition long time ago where they would basically celebrate with like orgies and just like everyone having sex, making babies. And then 9 months down the road, once the babies are born, it's Christmas. And then Christmas was celebrated by sacrificing those babies to the god Horus or something like that. Because that was like a big part of this whole pagan culture. And so it's like the crazy like thing is, it's like, if that is the root of how we figured this stuff out, you're just like, that's the most messed up thing I've heard in a long time. You're just like, and we just turned these into our Christian holidays where we're tracing it back to just like,
did they just make sacrifice. Did they just make their legit babies on other days of the year or what?
I don't know. But I guess the story goes that they basically have these crazy like sexual kind of
like a day is like a week long.
I don't know.
You weren't prepared.
But they would just try to. I literally heard one dude talk about it on Instagram for like 60 seconds. So, take it to the bank.
Oh, so
it's definitely.
And you've already talked about it for longer than that. So you're extrapolating.
Something like that.
But
I've heard a couple different people talk about it.
I wasn't ready for that to go that
I'll send you the link.
Well, human sacrifice is like a part of human history. I mean, it's brutal. It's worse when you think about like the babies.
Yeah.
Because you said you finished Walking Dead. Because I was also like right around that time when Jesus died. Oh, which is another thing I want to talk about. But
spoiler. But I mean, it's so old.
It's so old. But like when the Whisper people, like they just left that baby out there.
Oh yeah.
I'm just like you just get goosebumps and you're just like sweating. You're like, someone get that baby.
Someone get the baby.
Someone get the baby.
Yeah. Same with Game of Thrones when they were giving the babies to the Night King or whatever. Does it just go back to like the whole like, well, I'm sure it's like a spiritual ritual, like sacrifice. They think that somehow it's going to satisfy a god and make it better for them. Yeah. Somehow. But
so I was watching Walking Dead and you guys have heard this. So I'm just talking to whoever's listening. Basically there's a dude named Jesus on there that was introduced maybe season 5, 6. I don't know, something like that.
Jesus or Jesus?
Jesus.
They called him, that was a nickname because he looked like Jesus.
Yeah.
The dude like kind of like had,
I think I stopped season 4, I want to say.
Yeah. He had he had features that like made him look like Jesus. So they called him Jesus. And I hadn't watched Walking Dead in a couple years because I kind of got bored once Rick died, or once he was, didn't die or whatever. Died. Yeah, died. So I was just randomly started up because I've been on the Peloton. I've been doing longer rides, so I just watched like an hour show while I ride. And so I started like Thursday watching like Walking Dead, switching back to this show to try to catch up. The Friday episode I watched, that guy Jesus dies in that episode. I was like, oh man, that sucks. I liked him. And then like it dawned on me like, holy shit, it's Good Friday. I was like, what the flip? Like that is like the weirdest coincidence.
Oh, it just so happened that was the day that you watched it.
Yeah.
Like they didn't necessarily drop it on Good Easter.
No, it was the day that I watched it.
Yeah.
And it was on Good Friday. And the guy's been around for like several seasons. It wasn't like a new guy. It was just weird.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
man,
crazy.
that is.
Synchronicities.
Is that what that is? Is that what that's called?
Coincidences? Same thing?
Same, but different, but same. I don't know.
Same, but different, but same.
Maybe. Justin, what else you got as far as conspiracies? I feel like you've talked about a lot of stuff around this office in the last few weeks. I know you're always bringing them up. It's like your favorite topic of
Those
conversation.
just come out of nowhere, though. You can't just.
I don't even know how it got suggested, but there's this page, and it just like I ate it up like crack, dude.
I don't know how you got suggested either.
This feed.
Crazy.
He's got this low key massive list in the back of his head. He's like, I don't want to sound too excited about this. Oh yeah, I guess I heard about this other one. It's like the next one in queue.
Well, because like the reason I've always loved a good conspiracy theory is because it's just so like the way it's even viewed is so like double-sided. Like we've like and like just double standards. Like we've created this like stigma around like conspiracy theorists as like the crazy people, but you're just like, so if citizens ask questions about the government, it's a conspiracy theory. But if the government wants to ask questions about the citizens, it's just like an investigation. We have the FBI. Like it's just like it's super normal to dig into these people's lives and uncover all these, like turn over every stone.
Well, if it was
the moment that we want to look at like corporate interest and like all of these entities that are really making like calling the shots, you're just like, I don't be a crazy conspiracy theorist.
Well, conspiracy is when people conspire, right? So it would just involve more than one person. So the government's looking into individuals, it wouldn't matter. But if they were looking into like a group of people that is like said to have done certain things or conspired to do certain things, then it is a conspiracy, right? Did you see those, totally off in left field, but did you see those kids that like post that video? They broke onto Epstein's Island or whatever and just took a quick like little video. Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't anything crazy, but you're just like, oh, that's the place, huh?
Dang.
It's crazy.
Did you hear
they
the stories?
swam there or something.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you hear the stories about, it was like the day that, because it's the U.S. Virgin Islands technically, right?
Yeah, it's
like
US territory.
The DA there was formally filing charges against JP Morgan because he was connected to all of these like settlements to a bunch of people connected to the island or to Epstein. And the day that was supposed to happen was the exact same day that Andrew Tate buddy got arrested for human trafficking. And like the conspiracy on that one was basically, it's just like they like basically put all the spotlight on the whole Andrew Tate arrest.
So I didn't even know why he got arrested.
Like the JP, I think the allegations were like human traffic related. Cause he basically had like this cam girl operation where a bunch of girls would like live in his basement and like voluntarily, but they would work on like cam girl websites. And he kind of just like basically organized everything and then would.
So he was like a virtual pimp. Is that like, but he didn't actually like sell anyone's body to anyone. Like, so how is it human?
Yeah, it's still under investigation. I think there's
like still qualify under that.
Yeah, there's a technical, what's it called?
It's human trafficking is also, I feel like if people are like doing it against their will or they're taken or whatever.
So the women signed contracts or what? I
don't know how, but I mean, it seemed like basically they were free to go when they wanted, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. But either way,
you can go if you want, but I'm going to kill you if you go.
He never struck me as like a murderer, but
just a dick.
He's definitely a dick. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But
that's crazy.
But, yes,
but then that opened up the whole thing with
that they kind of used that story to provide all this cover and kind of try to like brush under the rug, like JP Morgan's involvement with Epstein and Epstein Island.
It'd be good to know like who all actually went there.
They
still haven't released that, right?
Well, yeah, you're just like,
it's going to be all of the important people.
Give us the list. Give us the list.
Give us the list.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't have a ring to it.
Well, because wasn't like
it doesn't like flow.
Bill Gates had tied to him. Clinton was on that plane. Went to the island like 20 some times.
Take them all.
Yeah, you're just like,
jeez.
Yeah.
Bill Gates. You could see his squirrely ass doing some stuff on that island.
They all look like creeps. Yeah.
Well, I mean, how much action do you think that guy gets? Like, honestly, like it's just like it's funny because he's probably the only billionaire I've ever seen that like is almost, unscrewable. He's just like a hermit looking guy.
He is very strange looking.
Yeah.
It looks like a turtle to me.
Yeah. At least like Steve Jobs had some charisma and like was, you know.
He had that turtleneck.
Yeah, the turtleneck really did it for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, turtleneck was good. Actually, yeah.
Bill Gates is just like frumpy.
He is.
He just got that.
That's a good word. You know what's funny? And I don't know why turtleneck is what triggered this. Sorry. But I was on the bike this morning, sweat my ass off because that's what I do when I work out. And anyway, so I was sweating and I was like watching Walking Dead. They're all outside in Georgia. I think it takes place mostly in Georgia, I think.
What
but like
does?
Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, they're like the people that are the Whisperer people are all sitting there wearing long sleeve and all that stuff. And I'm just sitting there like, it's like, it was obviously a boring part of the show because I'm just sitting there like, man, they gotta be so hot. Like, I'm so hot right now. I can't imagine wearing a long sleeve. I'm like, why am I thinking about this?
Or a freaking skin mask.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I was like, oh, you're always thinking about like, how well did they clean off the inside of that before they wear it? You know, like.
They don't care.
Yeah. But when it's funny because I'm just, you ever find your mind like thinking of like stupid details that you don't need to be thinking about in that moment?
Yeah.
You're just like, why am I thinking about this? And then it's like, you go think about something else and then it comes back and starts thinking about it again. You're like, stop it.
Yeah.
Actually control.
The old rabbit trail.
We need to do a little focus. We need to do focus exercises.
A little breath work, a little meditation.
Yoga. I don't know if
Goat yoga.
yoga might be painful for us. I mean, some of us might get injured if we do yoga.
I did a
For sure.
yoga class. It was like, it was included for free in this one like membership to a gym I had.
Hot or regular?
Just regular. This was before the hot yoga craze. This is probably like 12, 13 years ago. But that stuff is hard.
It is so hard.
Like, it was not easy. Yeah. And it was nice because the instructor was always like, she was real intuitive and would basically give everyone kind of a start position. And then it was like, now if you want to like ramp it up, add this variation.
You know what's the worst?
There's levels to it.
Well, in any class, I guess, for any fitness class that you do the first time. Because have you done fitness classes before? Like just in a group of people, like you're just lined up and have an instructor. I remember, I think the first class I went to was like at Urban Active in Columbus. But it's like, you know how like when you're like peak fitness, you're lifting a lot, working out, you're just like, dude, I can do anything. Right. And you ever been in that stage and then gone to a fitness class for the first time? And you're just like, I'm going to crush it. And then like you're sitting there.
Embarrassed.
Oh yeah. You're sitting there like with like 15-pound dumbbells that you can't lift anymore because you've done too many reps. You're just like, this is unreal. And these women next to you are just like totally showing you up and you're just like, how? And then like the yoga, when you're holding those poses, I mean, you're just sitting there like shaking because you're like, your abs hurt so bad.
It's like doing a plank. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like, I just remember like, how do people do this?
Oh yeah. I remember when being younger, we would always do that. Inevitably, like I remember doing like a youth group or like camps, and it's like there'd be one activity where it was just like, see who can hold a plank for the longest. Yeah. And you're just like, you get in like 5 minutes and you're just like, your whole body is just on fire.
Yeah. 5 minutes.
You're just
shaking.
like,
I'd be deceased.
Yeah. Let's go. Gabby's like, I thought you were going to say 30 seconds.
And you're inevitably like
a minute.
You're trying to impress like the girl you got a crush on. So you're just like, I am not dropping, bro. He's like, I will die in this position.
Yeah. The rigor mortis sets in, it gets easier.
Yeah. You get real stiff.
That is funny. No, I remember. Yeah. I don't remember doing those competitions, but I remember camp being so dope. Probably my favorite part of church growing up. Camps were pretty sweet. See, the little girlfriend.
Pony Express.
You had the girlfriend deal. Oh yeah, I cheated every year on that.
On what? Your
Pony
girlfriend?
Express.
Oh, I was like,
Cheated on that crap.
Dang.
Every year.
Kept it real loose at camp. No, but that was also another thing though. You're just like, because there was like camps, there's like PK retreats, there's different stuff you go to, and it was like all the young guys that are just like, you got all that testosterone raging. You're just like, is this you?
This is my PK retreat girlfriend. This is my camp girlfriend.
You know, frisky with a girl like church camp. Yeah.
Because there's
sneak
dudes
off into the woods and think about kissing each
there's
other.
Guys that like had a youth group girlfriend and then were like broke up with them or took a break like a week before camp just so they could be available.
Yeah, to clear their conscience.
That's so funny.
so they could do inappropriate things with
or at least think about it.
a clear mind. Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, dude. Oh, that used to be so fun. Do you have anything like that growing up? Did you ever do like summer camp or anything?
Mm-mm.
No? Nature camp?
No,
You did like outdoor school when you were in school?
no. We just had like a cul-de-sac with like 10 kids. We just all hung out with each other.
That's nice.
So
You have any tree houses?
No,
Did you do anything fun?
no.
What'd you guys do together?
Just kickball,
Oh, that's not bad.
like
That's fun.
like tag football,
Yeah. That stuff's fun.
hide and go seek.
I loved
classics.
kickball.
cops and robbers.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember
Cops.
in like elementary school, middle school, seeing kids out in the field play kickball. Like I run out there, join a team. It's just like, cause everyone just wanted to show how like strong they were kicking
Yeah.
the ball, trying to like kick it so far and whatever. And
Dude.
mine would get caught every time and be like, oh, son of a-"
You always had
It's
that
so
one
weird.
neighbor who would get pissed if the ball went in there.
It's like the Sandlot.
Yeah.
yeah.
When you would just be like so scared, like who's gonna go get it?
Yeah.
And the dog starts barking.
Was it the Beast? Is that what they
It's
call
always
him?
the beware of the dog.
Oh yeah,
And Sandlot the dog?
That's
Mhm.
funny. Yeah.
Benny the Jet Rodriguez.
It's worse when
The movie's like 30 years old, I think.
so weird.
it's worse when you hit someone's house with a golf ball and they know and you know that they know that you know, right?
I've never done that. That would suck.
It's happened twice.
Yeah.
Real
Like
awk-
on a golf course,
yeah, real awkward.
it's their fault.
When
for
I was
living
younger,
off the,
It is
golf
their
course,
fault
yeah.
for putting their house there. But I will say it would be worse if like you built a house and then a golf course just pulls up next to you. That would suck.
Yeah. Yeah, it was always weird where like, because yeah, if you live on a golf course, it's like comes with the territory. Like
Yeah.
your house might get rocked from time to time. There's always that one house when we go to Twin Rivers. It's one of the holes that like dog leg right, and there's this one house that sits on it on the right side, and they put up like caution tape and like these signs, basically saying like do not trespass. Like if your ball happens to like roll
It's
into
gone.
our yard, it's like it's like our property now. You're just like. What the fact that you would waste time like hanging tape and posters saying like you're not allowed to walk through my backyard to get a ball if you hit it there is just like these people like who hurt you, bro?
yeah, I was about to say they must have had some type of situation where
It's like
somebody like stomped on their flowers or something. Who knows?
Or not.
because of
They're
course
just
it's like
naturally assholes.
Yeah. No, there are people that are like
That's
that.
true.
because I've been in that backyard to retrieve a ball and I got it.
With the caution tape.
I trespassed.
Shoot, dude.
Dang.
Sure did.
Was
They
that the
probably-
course we went to?
Yeah, that's where we usually go.
Yeah, they had the tape. Yeah.
We need to go again soon.
All right,
That's
man.
awesome. Yeah, we do need to go again.
Well,
Legit
so-
golf day.
Clutch because now that the time change happened, which also are we switching over to a permanent
I
like never
hope
time
we-
change again?
I hope it stays like this.
I thought it was
There was a
already
bill-
like that. I didn't
They
even know.
introduced
no, I think this last one was the last time they were going to change it, right?
I thought so. I
I
know they were
thought the
introducing
bill was like
legislation.
passed in the House and it had to go through the Senate or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I thought it was specific to Florida
Yeah.
because like how Arizona
Yeah,
just
yeah.
doesn't change. I would think we could just do it.
Oh gosh, I hope
That'd be
that
so
would
sick.
be worse though. Not it would be worse because
Just
of all
being on different
all
time?
the deals that we do everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Because part of the year we'd have to make sure we call an hour ahead or behind.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just we're on a different time zone regardless.
What?
We're in a different time zone regardless for most of our clients.
Well, no. So I'm saying
Just
if
a
you
little
have
more
any
variation.
East Coast people.
Yeah, I guess I just don't. I usually
So
don't have
so
any
my
East Coast
so
people.
my
have to
thing
check
the
it.
thing is I hate dealing. Well, I don't as much anymore, but we used to do some stuff in Arizona. Or I personally used to do some stuff in Arizona, and it was like part of the year you had to be
There's 3
conscious
hours
of when it
apart
was
too.
different. You know, so
Right.
for us, if we were like that, literally anywhere we call in the country, we got to think of that then.
Yeah,
So that's annoying. Plus, we have to add the time for like, so it's West Coast. It's like, all right, so it's 3 hours. And then it's like, wait, for part of the year, it's 2 hours.
yeah, that's true.
So it's just, and then Arizona, like, wait, so are we always the same as Arizona now? Or is it like we're different? Is it
Yeah.
4 hours?
Yeah.
You know,
I guess
Well, if it stays like, yeah, no, yeah, yeah. So if we stayed like this,
I'd rather
then we
just-
would always be 3 hours.
I'd rather everyone just go to daylight permanently.
Yeah.
Like, and then Arizona can just fall in line with everyone else.
makes so much more sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But yeah, since we have though more daylight with the time change, it'd be easy to rip. Well, I don't know. It might be hard for you guys with the families, but rip like a 4:30 o'clock tea time because they get real cheap. Like once you get past like 3:30.
Oh, really?
Like the tea times drop to like $20-25.
Yeah, we've always gone in the middle of the day, I think, just so we can get home to the kids. But if we planned it on the day, we were just going to be out. We knew we were going to be out longer.
Let all
the
wives get together and do something fun.
The wives can have a little party.
Did I send you the video? I don't know why I just thought
Gab and the Birdie Boys are about to be back.
Gab and the Birdie Boys.
Yeah.
All right, last thing.
Did I send you the video of the underground, basically like society in Vegas?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Like they have a leader.
They have a leader, and if you they say if you go down far enough, they like speak a different language.
Yeah,
like they have all their own laws.
And there's like children down there that have never seen daylight.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. Isn't that crazy?
So that kind of was,
and it's like underneath all the hotels, like on the strip.
Yeah, it's like in the sewers and stuff.
Yeah,
so friggin' awesome.
That's sketchy as shit. What do you mean awesome?
No, I'm saying I'm not like awesome. I want to live there. What I'm saying is it's awesome that like it's kind of like movie stuff, and the fact that it exists is like crazy.
They've never
awesome.
shut it down.
Like, I just think it's like crazy.
It must.
I mean, people have to be aware of it.
They have to be
people of Vegas,
just barbaric down there. Yeah, because why wouldn't you just...
like, how do they get food? Like, how do they get food? People bring it in from the outside?
I don't know. We can maybe start.
They can't grow it down there.
Yeah.
If you get electricity,
yeah,
you could,
unless they're getting all the non-perishables. Like they have all the Twinkies that are left.
Yeah.
The original Twinkies.
They just literally
came back out with them.
They burrow through to like the grocery stores and just steal all the beans.
They have trapdoors.
They just go in the middle of the night and take all the canned beans.
I feel like we need. I think the video I saw, they were interviewing someone from down there. Yeah, we need to
check it out. There's also a conspiracy theory about the Denver International Airport. And there's like a giant city underneath it that they built when they built the airport that can like.
How about you do some research on that? We'll save it for next time. I got a call.
Interesting.
Well, sorry about that.
Apologize to them.
Sorry about that.
Little teaser.
Wet
the whistle.
All right. Good to be back. See you all.